When you just don't know who you are. I love this because it was what I prioritized most by the time I was 19. I was like, either I'm gonna keep trying to numb out myself, or I gotta figure this out. Like, who am I and what am I doing? Because I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be here on the planet, really. I wasn't actively trying to get off, but it just felt really heavy and cumbersome. Like, why am I here? Why? So I just want to honor the importance of the question. When you don't know who you are, that's almost great, because a lot of people never bother asking and go into, depression or frantic trying to prove something, or stay stuck there for decades or something, without ever feeling satisfied. So when you're really asking, when you start really asking, just like, who am I and what is the point of this all? That is an amazing beginning. The question is beautiful and important, and every human being must come to it, whether each person does in this lifetime or not. Maybe they'll touch it on their deathbed. Maybe you're young. Maybe somebody's in their 50s. Maybe somebody's in your 30s. Who cares? When you touch the question, it's a precious thing. The second thing in embarking on who am I journey is you'll have to let go of roles. Or you don't let go as in you stop your role, because I'm a mom. I'm not going to stop being a mom. Or I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not going to stop that. Or a friend, or whatever, a daughter. It's the attachment to the roles. When you feel as though I am these three things and they're just like I'm hanging on to them. When you feel so attached to them, then when they change, which they inevitably will, you'll have suffering. So when people are super into school, for instance, it took me a while to let go of the role of student. I loved being a student. And that was an adjustment. So it can cause an existential questioning when you're out of high school or out of university or college or a program. It can leave you all in transition, feeling weird. Who am I now? We go through this constantly through life. Who am I now? So just consider the roles that you've been in. Okay, it's time to adjust from my identification with that particular role. As your child changes, for instance, if you're a parent, you're constantly in that adjustment from each way in which you have to care for them at each stage. And it's a loss and a transition and a gain as you move through stages. So whether you're changing jobs, or somebody's passed away, or you're going through another life change, or moving to another country, you've immigrated to a new country, it always will bring with it this who am I here? Who am I now? And that's an important question. It's not a problem. It's just part of what we go through all the time. The third thing is, if you're really feeling stuck or sunk into that hole of existential questioning, well, it's just all meaningless. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. It doesn't matter. It's all meaningless. Or look at the world. It's horrible. When you're in those patterns, or you feel sunk into that hole of I don't know who I am and who cares, or it's all meaningless, then you need to get a guide, because you absolutely are important. And it matters that you're here. And the who I am question is meant to embark you on a path, not into a state of stagnancy or suffering or numbness. And if you've gone through that and are starting to get out, or want to get out, if you're not sure what to do next, you need to get a guide. Okay, so whether that's a consistent meditation guide, or a consistent therapist, or consistent coach, work with someone. We all need people to walk along this path with. And if you're at the stage where you want this kind of healing, or to really understand why do I have these consistent cycles, or why am I stuck here, then perhaps we're meant to work together. Okay, so you can fill out an application for that if you like. But if you're feeling stuck in the who I am journey or just too overwhelmed, please get a guide. So first of all, the question is precious. We're constantly changing our identification with roles. We got to adjust. It's part of who we are in life, and bless you on it, and get guidance, help, support in any way you can consistently to move through and deepen in this who I am, because we're all here to figure it out, who you are and what's meaningful for you and what will bring you joy and purpose. So bless you on that journey.